Imagine a book written in a language no living person can understand. For over 600 years, the Voynich Manuscript has baffled cryptographers, linguists, and even modern AI systems. Cataloged at Yale University as Voynich MS 408, this medieval codex is considered the most mysterious book in human history. Its origins, contents, and purpose remain shrouded in secrecy. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the enigma of the Voynich Manuscript, tracing its physical form, ownership, and the countless attempts to decipher its secrets. Let's begin with the object itself. What makes this book so unique? Voynich Manuscript is a handwritten, illustrated codex measuring about 23.5 by 16.2 centimeters, similar to a modern paperback. It contains approximately 240 pages made of high-quality vellum, the kind reserved for important documents. The text is written in neat, confident lines using iron gall ink, and the illustrations are colored with pigments like azurite blue and copper-based greens. There's no title, author, date, or preface. It simply begins and ends in an unknown script, never deciphered by any human or machine. Over 170,000 characters are arranged in what appear to be words, sentences, and paragraphs, with an alphabet of 20 to 30 unique glyphs. One of the most reliable facts about the Voynich manuscript comes from carbon dating. Scientists have determined, with 95% probability, that the vellum was made between 1404 and 1438 CE. This places its creation firmly in the early 15th century, likely in Central or Northern Europe. The manuscript's materials and style match this period, ruling out later forgeries and confirming its authenticity. This scientific anchor helps us understand the context in which the manuscript was produced, even as its contents remain unreadable. Searchers have named the manuscript Script Voyniches. It's not decorative or random. The writing is consistent and confident, produced by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. There's no evidence of hesitation or correction. Naval cryptanalyst Prescott Currier identified two distinct dialects, Currier A and Currier B, suggesting either multiple scribes or languages. Up to 5 handwriting styles have been found, indicating a team of writers. The glyphs show positional behavior typical of natural languages, appearing at specific places within words. This complexity hints at a real linguistic system, not mere nonsense. Voynich manuscript isn't just unreadable text, it's divided into 6 distinct sections, each illustrated and themed. Scholars have identified these sections based on the nature of the drawings. They resemble medieval scholarship but depart from known traditions in ways that remain unexplained. Each section offers clues and contradictions, fueling theories about the manuscript's purpose and origin. Let's explore each section in detail, starting with the herbal section. Nearly half of the manuscript is devoted to the herbal section. At first glance, it looks like a typical medieval herbal, a catalog of plants and their medicinal uses. Over 113 plant illustrations are paired with flowing Voynichese text, but most plants depicted do not match any known species. Many appear to be chimeras constructed from parts of multiple real plants. Some illustrations include biologically impossible details like balloon-shaped human heads or tiny green dragons. Botanists have debated whether a few plants might be New World species, which would contradict the carbon dating. The herbal section remains a puzzle within a puzzle. Second section features circular diagrams of suns, moons, stars, and celestial charts. These resemble medieval astronomical manuscripts, but none of the constellations match any known tradition. The star formations are unrecognizable, leaving researchers to wonder if they represent imaginary patterns, encoded real constellations, or an entirely unknown cosmological system. The astronomical section adds another layer of mystery, suggesting the manuscript's creators had their own vision of the heavens. Zodiac section contains circular diagrams centered on zodiac symbols like Aries, Taurus, and Pisces. Around these circles are small human figures, some dressed, some undressed, each holding a labeled star or token. Latin month names appear in some diagrams, added by a later hand. Interestingly, the zodiac cycle begins with Pisces, not Aries, and some signs are duplicated in different colors. This could indicate a medical or agricultural calendar or a deliberate attempt to confuse readers. The zodiac section blends familiar symbols with unexplained variations. Perhaps the strangest section, the biological or balneological section, features illustrations of nude female figures bathing in pools of green and blue liquid. These pools are connected by intricate networks of pipes and channels. The figures interact with these structures in ways that suggest purpose, but the meaning remains unclear. Some scholars link this section to medieval medical texts on therapeutic baths, while others see anatomical diagrams or alchemical processes. A recent academic paper suggests the section concerns gynecology and women's secrets, encoded to restrict knowledge. The true purpose is still debated. Cosmological section contains 9 large circular diagrams known as rosettes. Some fold out across multiple pages, creating visually spectacular maps. These diagrams may represent the universe, the earth, or spiritual architecture. One central diagram resembles a fortified city, while others echo cosmic charts found in medieval alchemical and mystical texts. The largest fold-out page measures 86 by 23 centimeters, making it one of the most complex medieval manuscript pages ever discovered. This section's meaning remains elusive. Final section consists of densely written text accompanied by illustrations of jars, vials, and containers reminiscent of medieval pharmacy and apothecary books. Short paragraphs marked with star-like symbols may represent individual recipes or formulations. If this interpretation is correct, the Voynich manuscript could be a medical reference manual, encoded to protect its contents from unauthorized use. This section ties together themes of botany, astronomy, bathing, and medicine, hinting at a comprehensive compendium. Voynich Manuscript's history is as mysterious as its contents. Carbon dating places its creation in the early 15th century, likely in southern Germany or northern Italy, yet for over a century its existence is archaeologically invisible. The first documented owner is Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf II, who bought it for a huge sum, believing it was written by Roger Bacon. From Rudolf, it passed to his pharmacist, then to a Prague alchemist, and finally to the Jesuit archives in Rome, where it sat unexamined for 2 centuries. In 1912, Wilfrid Voynich rediscovered it, bringing it to public attention. Per Rudolf II, the manuscript's first known owner, was a patron of the esoteric arts. His court in Prague attracted alchemists, astrologers, and magicians. Rudolf believed the Voynich manuscript was the work of Roger Bacon, a legendary English philosopher rumored to possess secret scientific knowledge. He paid 600 gold ducats, about $90,000 today, for the book. Some historians suggest Rudolf may have been deceived by occultists John Dee and Edward Kelly, who were active in his court and possibly fabricated the manuscript to exploit his obsession with the occult. After Rudolf II, the manuscript passed through several hands, including his pharmacist and a Prague alchemist. Eventually it was sent to Athanasius Kircher, a renowned Jesuit scholar in Rome. Kircher never deciphered it, and after his death the manuscript disappeared into the Jesuit archives at the Collegio Romano. There it remained unexamined for over 2 centuries. This long period of obscurity only deepened the mystery, as no records or annotations from this era have been found. 1912, Wilfrid Voynich, a Polish-American rare book dealer, discovered the manuscript at a Jesuit property in Italy. The Jesuit order was quietly selling parts of its collection, and Voynich recognized the manuscript's uniqueness. He purchased it and soon brought it to the attention of scholars and cryptographers. Voynich believed it was the Roger Bacon cipher manuscript, but this was later disproven. His discovery launched the modern era of Voynich research and public fascination. After Voynich's death, the manuscript passed through several owners before being donated to Yale University's Voynich Rare Book and Manuscript Library in 1969. It is catalogued as Voynich MS 408 and remains there today, accessible to researchers and the public. High-resolution digital scans are available online, allowing anyone to examine its pages. The manuscript's journey from medieval Europe to modern America is a story of rediscovery and enduring mystery. Over the years, the Voynich manuscript has been subjected to rigorous scientific analysis. Carbon dating confirmed its early 15th century origin. Ink and pigment studies showed consistency with period materials. Multispectral imaging revealed erased attempts at decipherment, proving the manuscript was studied long before Voynich acquired it. These scientific methods have clarified some aspects of the manuscript, but the core mystery remains unsolved. Statistical linguistic studies have revealed that Voynichese behaves like a natural language in some ways. Zipf's law, a fundamental property of human language, applies perfectly to the manuscript. The frequency of words follows the same power law curve as English, Chinese, and other languages. Entropy measurements show information density similar to real languages, and context-dependent word distributions suggest semantic content. Yet anomalies like weak word order and repeated words challenge this view, creating a paradox at the heart of Voynich research. Voynich manuscript's text fits the statistical patterns of natural language in ways that are hard to fake, yet diverges in ways that could be constructed. Word order is unusually weak, and certain words are repeated at high rates. Word lengths are more uniform than in most languages. Some researchers argue this points to a text generation system designed to mimic language. The paradox is clear. The manuscript behaves like a language where it shouldn't, and unlike one where it should. This is the central challenge for anyone trying to decode it. Voynich manuscript has attracted some of the greatest analytical minds in history. William and Elizabeth Friedman, legendary cryptanalysts, spent years trying to crack it using techniques that defeated the Japanese purple cipher. They failed, ultimately suggesting it might be an early constructed language. Alan Turing, father of modern computing, reportedly examined the manuscript but found nothing usable. The NSA's analysts concluded it was extremely difficult and possibly unsolvable. Each brilliant failure has only deepened the manuscript's allure. 1921, Professor William Newbold claimed to have deciphered the manuscript, proposing it was written by Roger Bacon using a microscopic cipher. He believed tiny strokes within the letters encoded advanced scientific knowledge. After his death, John Manley debunked the theory, showing the strokes were simply cracks in aged ink. Newbold's decipherment was a projection of imagination onto ambiguous marks, a cautionary tale for future researchers. 2004, computer scientist Gordon Rugg suggested the manuscript could have been generated using a Cardan grill, a device for creating pseudorandom text. He demonstrated that text statistically similar to Voynichese could be produced this way, proposing the manuscript was an elaborate hoax by Edward Kelly. However, the Cardan grill predates the manuscript by 150 years, and Voynichese's complexity exceeds what the device could produce. Hoax theory remains controversial. 2019, Gerard Cheshire claimed to have deciphered the manuscript in 2 weeks, arguing it was written in a proto-Romance language. He said it encoded information about herbal remedies and female health. The academic response was swift and negative, with linguists finding his translations incoherent. The University of Bristol distanced itself from the claim, and the decipherment was rejected by the scholarly community. Dramatic announcements followed by scholarly takedowns are a recurring pattern in Voynich history. The rise of artificial intelligence has brought new tools to Voynich research. In 2017, the University of Alberta trained a machine learning algorithm on hundreds of languages, searching for statistical matches. The best guess was Hebrew, but in a scrambled form. Attempts to produce coherent translations failed. In 2025, a transformer-based model trained on medieval texts found topic coherence by section, herbal pages clustered around botany, biological pages around anatomy, but no readable translation. AI can map structure, but without a bilingual key, meaning remains elusive. It's tempting to believe that with enough computational power, AI will eventually crack the Voynich manuscript. But without a known correspondence between Voynichese and a real language, AI cannot assign meaning to symbols. If the text is a constructed language or a sophisticated hoax, AI may simply find patterns planted by the creator. The manuscript's statistical regularities both help and hinder machine analysis, leaving the mystery unresolved. Most widely held theory is that the manuscript encodes a real natural language using a cipher. Medieval physicians and alchemists often encrypted their knowledge to protect it from rivals. The manuscript could be a compendium of medical, botanical, astronomical, and pharmaceutical information, written in a known language but encoded in a way we haven't cracked. Candidates include Latin, Italian, German, Hebrew, and others. The encoding method remains unknown. Another theory proposed by William Friedman is that the manuscript is written in a constructed or philosophical language. Medieval scholars sought universal languages to express ideas more precisely. If Voynichese is such a language, it would have no ancestor, making it impossible to decode without the original lexicon. This theory explains the manuscript's unique structure but leaves the question of meaning unresolved. Some researchers believe the manuscript is an elaborate hoax, created to deceive or impress. John Dee and Edward Kelly, active in Rudolf II's court, are prime suspects. Gordon Rugg's card and grill demonstration showed it's possible to generate text with the right statistical properties. However, producing 240 pages of consistent, complex text and illustrations would require knowledge of statistical linguistics centuries ahead of its time. The hoax theory faces serious objection. Smaller group of researchers propose the manuscript records a natural language spoken by a small community in 15th century Europe, a language that left no other written trace. Without a bilingual key, decoding is impossible. Candidates include Manchu-related Jurchen, Nahuatl, Turkic variants, and Proto-Romance. None has survived scholarly scrutiny, but the possibility remains open. Recent academic theories suggest the manuscript is a women's health manual, covering gynecology, reproduction, therapeutic bathing, and women's secrets. The authors connect it to Bavarian physician Johannes Hartlib, active in the same region and era. Under this theory, encryption was used to restrict access to medical knowledge about female bodies, common practice among medieval physicians. This theory is notable for its scholarly credibility and historical context. Voynich Manuscript has become a cultural icon, inspiring novels, films, video games, and online communities. Yale University receives hundreds of requests to examine it, and millions view its digital scans. The manuscript's combination of accessibility and impenetrability fuels fascination. Its beautiful images and almost readable script tempt viewers to believe they might solve the mystery themselves. The manuscript is now a symbol of ultimate, unsolvable knowledge. Part of the manuscript's power lies in its near legibility. Anyone can view its pages online and the writing looks almost readable. Science journalist Gary Shaw describes this quality. People love a good mystery. It seems like if you put enough effort into it, you could probably decipher it. The tantalizing possibility of solution keeps people engaged, making the Voynich manuscript impossible to put down. Centuries after its creation, our understanding of the Voynich manuscript is both deep and incomplete. We know its vellum dates to the early 15th century, its illustrations match Central European traditions, and its script follows consistent grammar rules. Its statistical properties overlap with natural language. It was owned by a Holy Roman Emperor and studied by brilliant minds, yet we do not know if it encodes a real language, an invented one, or nothing at all. The mystery persists. New theory in 2026 proposes the manuscript encodes Latin or Italian using a multi-step substitution based on random elements, a dice-based or card-based system. This will produce text with the right statistical properties while remaining opaque to standard decryption techniques. Even AI systems trained on medieval texts cannot decode it, as the randomization disrupts patterns. Whether this theory will survive scrutiny remains to be seen. Renee Zambergen, a leading Voynich researcher, cautions, if you just heard or read that the manuscript has been solved, rest assured it has not. The manuscript remains unread. This warning echoes through Voynich research, reminding us that every dramatic announcement is followed by academic skepticism. The mystery endures, and perhaps that is its greatest power. Voynich manuscript has outlasted every person who tried to read it. It has survived empires, religious orders, and the rise of modern science. It sits in a climate-controlled vault at Yale, waiting for a breakthrough. Each failed attempt only adds to its fame and allure. The manuscript is a testament to the enduring power of mystery in human history. Perhaps the manuscript will eventually be read. The right key might be found in an archive, a comparative study, or a breakthrough in cryptographic mathematics. Artificial intelligence could play a role, or the answer may already exist in an undiscovered document. The hope of solution keeps researchers and enthusiasts engaged, fueling ongoing exploration. Perhaps the Voynich manuscript will remain the greatest mystery in the history of human writing. Its 240 pages and 170,000 characters, illustrated with impossible plants and bathing women, may never be read. Written by someone who knew exactly what they were saying, addressed to someone who would know how to read it. We are not that someone, at least not yet. Let's review the key physical facts. The Voynich manuscript is housed at Yale's Voynich Library as MS 408. It has about 240 surviving pages, originally estimated at 272. The material is vellum, written with iron gall ink and mineral pigments. Carbon dating places its creation between 1404 and 1438 CE. The pages measure 23.5 times 16.2 cm. There are approximately 170,000 characters and 35,000,40,000 word tokens with an alphabet of 20-30 unique glyphs. Likely origin, southern Germany or northern Italy. Documented ownership chain, early 15th century unknown author S. Unknown location. Late 16th century Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf II Prague, early 17th century Jacobus Horsicki de Tepanex Rudolf's pharmacist, c. 1620-1665 Georg Bersch Prague alchemist, 1665 Johannes Marcus Marseille sent to Athanasius Kircher Rome. 1665-1912 Jesuit Archives Collegio Romano, 1912 Wilfrid Voynich Rare Book Dealer, 1930-1969 Estate of Ethel Voynich Hans P. Krauss, 1969 Present Yale University. Selected major attempts, 1921 William Newbold's microscopic cipher debunked, 1944-1970s William and Elizabeth Friedman's NSA-style cryptanalysis failed, 1960s-70s Prescott Courier identified two dialect groups, 2004 Gordon Rugg's Cardin Grill hoax hypothesis disputed, 2017 University of Alberta AI study disputed. 2019 Gerard Cheshire's proto-romance claim rejected, 2024 Women's Health Compendium theory credible not a decipherment, 2025 Transformer AI analysis suggestive not conclusive, 2026 Multi-step substitution cipher theory under review. Manuscript 6 sections, 1 herbal/botanical 113 plus plant illustrations most unidentifiable with accompanying text, 2 astronomical/astrological circular star and celestial diagrams no recognizable constellations, 3 zodiac symbols with ring figures Latin month names added later, 4 biological balneological nude women in interconnected pools and pipe system. 5 cosmological 9 large rosette circular diagrams possible maps or cosmic charts, 6 pharmaceutical recipes apothecary jar illustrations with starred text paragraphs. Voynich Manuscript is freely accessible online through Yale's Voynich Library. High-resolution scans allow anyone to explore its pages, fueling global interest and research. This accessibility has democratized the mystery, inviting amateur and professional codebreakers alike to try their hand at decipherment. The manuscript's digital presence ensures its legacy will continue for generations. Voynich Manuscript's enduring fascination lies in its combination of beauty, mystery, and accessibility. It has inspired countless works of fiction and academic study. The hope of solution, the allure of the unknown, and the challenge of decipherment keep the manuscript at the center of cultural and scholarly attention. Its story is not just about a book, but about the human quest for understanding. Voynich Manuscript is a mystery that grows stronger with every failed attempt to solve it. It has outlasted empires, experts, and technologies. Perhaps one day the right key will unlock its secrets. Until then, it stands as a testament to the enduring power of the unknown, a book that invites us to look, wonder, and keep searching. The greatest mystery in human writing remains unread, waiting for someone who can finally understand.